Hi, everybody. Hello. I'm trying, I'm managing a few things here. I wanted to say hi. I have a moment here while my children are occupied. So, fingers crossed that they respect my boundaries and actually cooperate. I'm going to try something a little bit different today. I want to give you a kind of a mini presentation. I had a meeting with my networking group, one of my networking groups over the weekend, and one thing that I found super helpful was sharing some ideas and resources with one another, in addition to just kind of checking in and seeing how everybody is doing. So I want to share some of that stuff with you guys right now. So, out the gate here, speaking of setting boundaries, I want to go over a few suggestions that I have. Have all of these windows here, and I need to give credit to a dear friend of mine, Erica Woodhouse, who is in this group. She's feeling out what it means to be on Facebook. So if you guys see her in here, say hi. She's the one that gave me a lot of these resources that I'm going to present to you right now. So, setting boundaries. Let's talk about how we can set boundaries around our emotional space, our time, and our actual physical space. So, emotional space for me is something that I'm dealing with quite a lot. I have a feeling you guys are too. Um, that is, we're all allowed to kind of freak out, right? We're all allowed to have our own feelings, and this is kind of a mourning process, everything that's happening right now. And it's affecting everyone in very different ways at different times. So we need to be respectful of the fact that we're all going to have lots of feelings, right? Um, Time is another thing that I'm thinking about a lot. Time is no longer functioning and moving in the same way that it usually does when we all have set schedules. Our kids are at school. We have colleagues that we meet with face to face. Like our energy is managed in a different way. So time is in flux in a way that it has not been before. So figuring out how to loosen up those time constraints and those boundaries. So for me, it's kind of moving my work hours around in a way that is helpful to my clients, but then is also helpful to the time that I'm needing to spend with my kids right now. And then that also speaks to actual space. I am in a really small house. We're all in various settings. Again, some of us have kids, some of us are kind of home all by ourselves. So thinking about how we can get away from one another and yet still be in the same space. So what I've done is I've created a quiet time, a block of time in the day. It doesn't always work out this way, but if it's crappy outside, this is quiet time. This room is the quiet room. This room over here is the creative and music room and music space. Maybe for those of you who are alone, or if it's just yourself and your partner, also figuring out when is the quiet time and when does the creative time happen, so that you aren't just following each other around the house all day long. Checking in with clients. This is for those of you who are running businesses. Checking in with clients and colleagues directly. Some of us are introverts, so this doesn't come naturally. Oh yeah, there's a picture there. Sorry about that. This is a good opportunity to have some kind of have vulnerable conversations and to check in and to remind your clients that you are there. This doesn't mean sending out a mass COVID-19 email. We're getting a lot of those right now, and there isn't a lot of genuine feeling behind those messages. Not a blanket statement, but a real reaching out one-to-one. So giving people a soft place to land and to have chats and conversations. Maybe get a calendar set up via Calendly that then links up to a video chat. and maybe you have office hours and your clients can check in, say hi. Like, I think the humanness and the connectivity that we can add into the day-to-day that goes above and beyond what we would normally do is going to be really helpful for people right now, and can really help to set your business apart from your competition. I've mentioned this before. We're all time rich right now in a way that we haven't been before. And actually, on the flip side of that, and this came up, well, there's so many things to click on. Oopsie, I'm going to go back. Sorry about that. Speaking of tech here, there we go. 1, 2, 3, there we go. This is a great time to play around for some of us that have extra time. In other cases, working parents who have kids at home, many of us are also like, extra time? Are you kidding me? There is no extra time, right? We're trying to manage schoolwork and we're trying to manage feelings and however, this is going to mean different things to different people in various situations. So, and here comes my family. I can hear them coming down the stairs. We'll see how the boundaries thing worked out. This could mean just allowing yourself a little extra time to try some new stuff. And they could be silly things that you've never managed to do before. Right now, I realized we have Dr. Mario on the Nintendo Switch, and I'm going to kick some serious ass because I am a Dr. Mario master. If anyone wants to challenge me, you're welcome to. But my examples are knitting, getting an exercise regime in place that you can hide in your house and you can try something new and nobody's going to give a shit, right? Something to think about, digging into books that have been on your list for a long time that you can now really dedicate some solid time to. Considering how this pandemic will reshape the world and how you can use it to change your business, use it to think outside of the box. How will your business, how will your offerings continue to function in a world where this kind of thing could and very likely will happen again? So participating in things like this, looking at courses, thinking about unique problems that this pandemic has brought to light. And if you are a problem solver and you have some interesting, even risky ideas, now it might be a good time to play with those things. Doing some deep work, digging into the things that we have always we're always saying we're going to do, that we know we need to do, that we should do, that we never take the time to do. And for my clients, it tends to be producing content. That's a tough one for people because it requires a solid block of time and a lot of self-discipline. And this might be the perfect opportunity to try some of that stuff, to see how that works, to see if you could work it into your schedule, to brainstorm. So newsletters, that's a great way to stay virtually top of mind with your people, with your clients, with your audience. Various articles, creating ebooks that could be downloadable in exchange for an email address. Social media, of course, which I would also argue has become pretty toxic. But I think if you can stay positive and tell compelling stories that are actually helpful to your base, add a little bit of humor and a little bit of personality, that could take you places you never would have expected. So that's worth thinking about as well. So this is what I like to call doing the dishes. And I got that from some digital marketing colleague friends of mine. This is a perfect time to rethink the internal components of your business. So when you onboard a client or when you have a new customer, what is that experience like for them? Do you have a solid process in place for that experience? Again, marketing campaigns, do you have a nice template that is working for your audience, that's really helping you to get traction and is increasing your engagement? Basic things like scheduling chats, right? Like reducing the amount of time and the back and forth in email when you're trying to schedule a call or a meeting. Is there a way that you could hook that up in a more efficient manner, right? Instead of having the back and forth, maybe you can give people, I use a tool, if you're interested, reach out to me, or you can float a series of times in the email and your client can simply click on the one that works best for them. Just thinking about how to make things more efficient. Internal documentation as well. Even if you're a one-person business, documenting the processes that you find yourself doing again and again, that's not only helpful to you, but it takes up less brain space in your head and less energy. And then when, not if, but when you get to the point where you can hire someone to help you with that work, especially the repeatable everyday piece, you can hand that off to someone. And then you don't have to feel like you couldn't possibly hire someone because it's all in your brain. It shouldn't all be in your brain. So just thinking about kind of, for me, it's a bit tedious, and that's the kind of stuff I don't really get into. But hey, you don't have any excuses now, right? You're stuck in your house and you're socially distancing from everyone. Online exercises and meditation. I'm doing some online-y exercise stuff. I'm trying to run every other day. I have a bicycle that I ride. And then, of course, meditation, which is probably what I'm the worst at right now. And I know that I need the most. So I've used Headspace. My dad uses Calm. I do think that taking some time to just be right now and embracing the uncertainty, it's what we all need right now. Scheduling your day. There's good things and crazy making things about this. Rhythms for your family. Making sure that there is a definitive beginning and end to your day. We've certainly had days where we're like, I don't know, did we eat yet? What's happening? I don't know. What day is it? Or is this the middle of the week? I'm not sure. I do have a rough schedule that I'm happy to share with any of you that are interested for my kids, really, because I have a 9-year-old who wants to have, he wants to know what's going to happen next throughout the day. And it's a nice fallback. But then I also have things that trump the schedule, like a gorgeous day. If it's a gorgeous day and the kids can go outside, awesome. But I do think maintaining some sense of normalcy, some semblance of normalcy, will serve us well in the long run. The honeymoon period of this thing is definitely over for us, where we've realized, oh shit, it's going to be a while. And building some structure into that will be helpful. Funny things is pretty helpful for me. I love sharing animated GIFs and silly stuff and ridiculous stuff. I love going to Imager.com, IMGUR. I shouldn't be scrolling it at night, but I do because it makes me happy and it gives me a good belly laugh. We all need to laugh and share the ridiculousness of our current reality. My God, this dog up here. What are we calling it? The quarantine 15. The COVID-19, whatever. People are going to be gaining weight. Gratitude journal. It does sound a little bit woo-woo and silly and hokey. It's so It's just so very Instagrammy right here. Today I am grateful. But reframing this stuff and making a mindset shift could really help you balance out the overwhelm and the uncertainty. I think that reframing is important and kind of taking a step back. Yeah, things are shitty and kind of crazy right now in a lot of ways. We are all experiencing this at the exact same time all over the entire world, which is wild to think about and comforting and strangely comforting, I would say. I feel very lucky for lots of reasons. I'm in a neighborhood that I love. My kids are healthy. My husband's healthy. Everyone's staying in a pretty good mood. I feel very grateful that I'm not worried about my children when it comes to the coronavirus. Yes, we're concerned for immunocompromised folks in our life and older folks in our life for sure. I'm just trying to see the silver lining. Always trying to see the silver lining. And I think that's what a gratitude journal, or whatever you want to call it, even if it's just a recording on your phone, or you simply take 10 minutes out of your day or 5 minutes and list a couple things that you are very grateful for. That helps to remind you that we're going to get through this and it's going to be fine. Oh, and that's the end of my presentation. I don't know if anyone's watching. I can't really tell the way I have this set up right now. Let's see, how do I do this? There we go. Thank you. Oh, I see a thumbs up and I see an eyeball. Thanks for watching. Please comment. Please let me know that this was helpful. And keep your eyes peeled for more stuff. My hope is to... Am I muted? Okay. My hope is to bring some friends of mine on who have helpful presentations that they can bring, some knowledge, some training, some little nuggets of wisdom, if you will, that they can share with the group to try to encourage some conversation and to really just be helpful to all of you out there who are just trying to keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely day. I will be on very soon. Take good care.